want to get in contact with me, you can do that. But I also have 2 challenges for this committee. I'm just nervous, I'm not a public speaker.
It's okay.
Um,
Just need to wrap it up. We got some other people
Yeah,
behind you, but
it's
that's
real
okay.
quick. 2 challenges. I talked to a couple people in different areas, they wouldn't mind doing this, or having you people do this. Have the committee meet on my porch, not everybody at one time, the committee people and officer executives, representatives, meet on my porch at a certain time of day so they can see and hear what exactly it is we are going through. And if that doesn't work, nobody wants to do that, you can get my phone number from Nicole, we can make arrangements. Meet at recreational acres, maybe not everybody at one time, but some people ain't gonna do a knock and talk. Go through the neighborhoods and ask people and talk to people. So there's a lot of people that don't mind it, sorry, but there's a lot of people that do. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. We do appreciate you coming. Mindy Alexander.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I wanted to remind you, I mentioned last month that we were having our 21st home dedication this month, and it is tomorrow, 145 Redwood Bend at 6 p.m., and we would love you all to join us. It is a beautiful home. It's Tyler Van Meter's first home with us at Habitat, and it is gorgeous. So please, if you have time in your schedule, come out and see. You guys do such a great job in helping us and being partners with us, and if you haven't already seen a Habitat home, we would love for you to see it, and you all as well. So look forward to seeing how far.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And what was that address again?
145 Redwood Bend.
All right, thank you.
What, that was at 12?
It's at 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Mhm.
I got it on my calendar, so I'm planning on making that, so thank
Thank
you. Next up is Kathy Loveday.
Aren't you tired?
No, we're good. Mayor and city council members and staff, I just wanted to thank the city for the partnership that they have with the chamber in helping us with Kingfest. It was a great day, great turnout. It was beautiful. The weather was just absolutely gorgeous, and I just wanted to thank a few by name. Tom, Casey, Kevin, Andrew, Tiffany, Ben, Susan. Those are the ones that really helped with behind the scenes and working the event. And the park was beautiful. Everything was really good. I had wonderful comments and things that were said to us. So I just wanted to say thank you publicly for all your assistance and help and backing and helping. So thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was a beautiful day for it. Thank you, Kathy. No one else signed up. We'll close public comment at 6:12.
Could I ask a question of our city manager?
Yes, ma'am.
Scott, who does the speed limit on, I know Pulliam Street is a city street, correct? Who establishes the speed limit on that street?
Well, typically, the police, you want to answer?
Well, city council does.
Yeah, please do spot speed studies or whatever, the city council sets the limit.
So it's 35, right? The speed limit on that street's 35
On Pulliam,
or
I think
25?
it's 25.
it's
You
25.
said it was 25. Okay. Is there anything that can be done about the speeders through there?
Well, we do enforcement.
Yeah.
It's
Other
just us being at the right time in the right place
Yeah.
to try to be there.
Yeah.
And we've worked Pulliam and worked those our areas. It's just everybody we've come across at the time we've been there, they're not doing anything. We're running radar. I mean, it's down to the point. It's just being there at the right time. And we've tried different parts, and it's just catching them and hopefully being there at one particular time when they're doing it.
So you've done one of those things, like where it goes across
Well, we've done more than one through there.
Oh, really? And
We've
you
done
don't-
numerous traffic enforcement through
Really?
there. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's,
Okay.
it's a tough spot to blend in, if you know what I'm trying to say. Trying to blend in and not, and, you know, the way social media is nowadays is if we're sitting there within 2 minutes,
Right.
it's
somebody-
posted, hey,
Mhm.
don't be speeding on
Yeah.
Pulliam or wherever the location is, because it's out there.
And then Mark Carr thing,
We've done,
done that?
yeah, we've done
Okay.
that. It's just, it's,
Well, I don't think it's just there. I
no,
know I've been just about run off the road
I mean, there's-
myself in different places,
you know,
but,
there's numerous spots
oh, yeah.
that we get the calls to say, hey, it's happening
Mhm.
in numerous places in the city.
Yeah.
Well, I know I've been on the interstate and my GPS will
Thank
just say, radar, spotted at certain place on your GPS. I mean, it warns you. It's like, what? Yep.
Do we have one of those signs that can pop up and say what the speed is?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, the Beacon.
We did have, but it was so outdated, it was cost more to repair than it was, you can buy them now.
Are other departments ever willing to like loan those types of things out? Do we have any relationships maybe we could?
We could probably check.
That-
Most
that's a
of them
good
now
idea.
are like smaller signs that are permanently mounted in locations and then they unbolt. I mean, we can check and see if somebody's got a radar trailer that's available.
Well, even if you don't get that one, you can get one that kind of blinks. I think I've seen them.
I've seen some that are actually
Oh, they got
blue and red now.
they've got several models that you can, some of them you can basically chain or strap to a tree that will temporarily do it.
Yeah.
That's just a cost.
Well, could you look into that for
I
us
can.
a little bit and see what we
I
can
can.
kind of, and now we don't need a fancy, just something that will get people's attention. Thanks.
Be nice to use at different places too. When people complain of having speeders, it'd be nice to be able to sit there. I know it's helped me before. I'll be going down the road and I see it flash, I'm going a little bit over. So,
I always check my speed
I do
limit when
too.
it flashes.
thank you. Okay, council, are there any adjustments to the agenda from council or staff? Take that as no.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll entertain a motion approval of the agenda.
I move for approval of the agenda.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries unanimous. Thank you, council. Next up is the consent agenda. Council, the consent agenda is the first order of business. The items listed are believed to be non-controversial, and administrative in nature. There'll be no separate discussion of the items unless council requests or a citizen requests and is granted permission to speak. The items will then be removed from the consent agenda and considered individually. Otherwise, all items will be enacted as one motion. Is there anything council would like to pull off the consent agenda to discuss separately?
No, sir.
No.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to accept the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented.
Second?
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries unanimous. Thank you, council. This is the part that I really like. We got new employees coming on board, and tonight we've got a new employee for the fire department. And Chief, you got this one?
Council, citizens, my honor to introduce Robert Trainer. Apologize for the typo on that. Robert Trainer. Robert comes to us from the Germantown community. He started his fire service journey with the South Stokes Fire Department as a junior firefighter, became 18, went to Forsyth Tech Fire Academy. He is our 4th employee that has come through that academy, so we're pretty honored to say that and proud to say that, and also shows a testament of what Forsyth Tech is doing with their fire academy. His first official day was today, so he's been hard at it all day. Got a couple weeks of orientation, and then he'll get on his normal schedule. But we're excited for him and his future with us.
Council have any questions of Robert?
Glad to
Glad you're
know you.
here.
Yeah, congratulations. My only question was, I want to know what he puts in his shoes to make them grow that big, because I would like to borrow some of it.
We don't really know when his boots are gonna come in.
Oh.
They're man-size shoes.
All right, fantastic. I'm not making fun of him, just picking at you, so I'm right, hey, I'm opposite the spectrum, so I can appreciate it. Thank you, Robert. So glad you chose King to come to work here. We appreciate that so much. Okay, council, we're up to number 4, which is public hearing, and I'll open this at 6:20 for discussion of public hearing. And having no one speak at the public hearing, we'll close it at 6:20. And I think, is Todd online, or is Emerson going to present this?
I've got it.
All right, sir.
Thank you, Mayor Council.
Yes, sir.
In using this chapter to enforce our nuisance and junk vehicle laws in Chapter 12, our attorney has pointed out that this chapter hasn't been updated since 1998. The state laws have undergone significant changes since then, and we need to update our ordinance to reflect these changes, enabling staff to enforce them correctly. Staff recommends that the council adopt the attorney's proposed amendments to Chapter 12 as described in Ordinance 2025-10.
Council, I'm sure you've had a chance to look over this. Any of you have any questions on this?
I don't have a question, I have a comment.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm really glad to see that we're updating this ordinance, and I would be willing to propose a motion.
Okay, let's see if anybody else has any questions. No questions?
No, just
Okay.
agree with you. I'm very thankful for this, and anytime we can update something and bring it to modern standards, it makes all of us breathe a little easier, I think.
Well, I think some of us have seen things like that, a nuisance or a junk vehicle, and we wondered how we could take care of it, and our hands were kind of tied, so I think this will help us be able to do that. Thank you, Brad. Thank you, Brad, for looking into that. So Jane has made a motion.
I'll second that.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries unanimous. Thank you, council. I think Mr. Wright's probably got this one also.
I do, thank you.
Yes, sir.
The city council has requested that staff and the planning board review our standards on sidewalks in our subdivision ordinance and see if we can change the wording to add sidewalks to both sides of a subdivision street. Currently, our ordinance only requires one. We included a section, well, Brad included a section for major subdivisions. The planning board or city council may require sidewalks or multipurpose trails on both sides to promote or enable safe pedestrian travel. Staff recommends that the council adopt the attorney drafted proposed amendments to these sections of the ordinance. Planning board recommendation voted unanimously to approve the proposed amendments. If voting in favor of the amendment, council will need to make a statement in their motion that the proposed amendment would be in keeping with the city's comprehensive plan.
And I'll open this up for public comment at 6:23. And no one signed up. We'll close the public comment at 6:23. And we'll see if council has any questions on this or concerns that you'd like to bring up. Councilman Lane?
Yeah, I have a concern with it. The idea was to require this on both sides, and this really gives a lot more leeway that it can be, it may not be, it really just depends on our decision at the time. I would like to see it a little bit more installed. It may just be me on that one, but it feels a little looser than what I was hoping it would be.
Okay.
Yeah, I really thought that's what we discussed at our last meeting, is that we would be requiring sidewalks on both sides of developments. Is that The attorney drafted this, is that an issue by putting that in there?
That's the way after last council meeting, I understood that council wanted sidewalks on both sides in any new subdivision. Todd heard the same discussion, and with the benefit of his knowledge of the history of King and how this issue has been discussed before, heard it a little bit differently than I did. And so we had a discussion about that at some length, and exchanged several emails back and forth, which is how you got this version of it. Todd's concern is that the requirement has to be the same within the corporate limits and also within the ETJ. In the ETJ, you may have some situations, and as I understand from Todd, this is what has come up in the past, where if a subdivision is built on streets that are not maintained by the city, and you require sidewalks, then the sidewalks fall into disrepair, but there's not something that the city will maintain, because the city is not going to adopt those sidewalks as part of their city infrastructure if that's not on the city street. And so that's why it's not as robust as requiring it on two sides on every major subdivision.
So what I'm seeing is we can require it on a case-by-case basis.
So that's how it's drafted. We did discuss the possibility of requiring it on both sides of the street of every subdivision within the corporate limits, within the ETJ, outside the corporate limits, on City of King streets, on streets not by the City of King. If you require them on streets not within the City of King, we also need to require, and there's some of this in the ordinance that's before you, that the developer create a legally enforceable mechanism to keep those sidewalks maintained, whether that's through an HOA or otherwise.
That was gonna be my question, if an HOA could, enforce that, the care of those sidewalks.
And so the way the ordinance is drafted that you're looking at, if a developer were to come and seek approval of a subdivision plat that included sidewalks in a subdivision that's not on a city street, per this ordinance, that could be approved as long as there is a legal mechanism to maintain it. If we're gonna require it inside and outside of the corporate limits in the ETJ, then if it's not on a city street, we need to include a mechanism to require the developer to create an HOA that is tasked with maintaining those sidewalks, charging assessments to the community in order to raise the funds for that, et cetera. That would be a good idea to do, so that you don't have a situation where someone's calling up city office to say, hey, my sidewalk's in disrepair, and you have to say, it's not a city sidewalk, I'm sorry. We can't maintain anything outside the corporate limits.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
We can't, it's not an eligible expense to maintain anything outside the corporate limits.
That's right.
I do, sorry. I was just gonna say, I think what I'm hearing from the rest of the council, though, I'd like to see some consistency, though, across the board for our new developments. Ultimately, there's not a ton of land left in King to develop. And I'd like to see some consistency going forward with, and maybe a little bit of a push to, get us some really nice developments, and so.
And that's my thought process on this as well, is just to see what comes here be quality. Not just somebody buy a field and throw houses in it, whether in the city limits or in the ETJ. And if that brings an HOA alongside of it, but that's what it takes to improve the quality of homes and life quality here, I'm in favor of that.
I'm a bit concerned about the HOA being responsible for sidewalks. Well, how do we handle that up to this point? We don't do we ask the HOA to maintain the sidewalks, Scott?
I'm sorry, I'm reading Todd's text. I'm sorry.
Do we ask the HOA to maintain the sidewalks now?
No,
Not
we
inside the city limits.
Do we? Does that situation exist?
Currently,
no, it doesn't exist.
What about
it does not,
ETJ, it's not, doesn't exist? Okay.
and it doesn't exist within the city? So if we have development, that has an HOA, if we do this, then they would be required, the HOA, each person would be required to maintain their own sidewalks. Is that what you're saying?
Only if they're outside the city limits.
Only if they're outside the
Correct.
city.
Correct.
Anything inside the city doesn't require that? Am I hearing that correctly?
I was told that there are no, within the city limits, there are no developments with private roads. They're all city-maintained roads and city-maintained sidewalks. And historically, if the request has been made to develop a neighborhood with that sort of private infrastructure, that has been declined. I'm not, I don't know if that's correct, but that's what I was, that's my understanding from what I was told.
I would be okay if it's outside the city, but also if there's developments outside the city as we go along and they're hooked up to city water and sewer, they're automatically gonna be in the city, am I correct?
Well, it's part of the ordinance that they request sewer, they have to
Right,
request.
that's
that.
right, exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Most times, city council accepts it.
Right.
There's only a few exceptions to it.
So they would be inside the city. So how would this really affect those out in the, I'm not sure I quite get that.
It's only if they,
What am I wrong? One thing we have to keep in mind, we cannot create a development standard outside the limits within ETJ that is stricter and more onerous than what we put on in the corporate limits.
Now, that's what I would, now.
This relates to whether in a situation where you have a development with private roads or development on, I suppose, county roads, something that's not maintained by the state or the city, what do you do with the sidewalks there? Because apparently that situation doesn't exist within corporate limits.
Right.
And so the way this is drafted is to allow the flexibility to require sidewalks on both sides on a case-by-case basis, looking at this issue, but also the flexibility to approve if a developer wants to create a development at some point with a private road, the ordinance allows the city to approve that, as long as there's the legal mechanism in place to continue to maintain it. Now, we can certainly redraft this to require sidewalks on both sides of every new subdivision. Has to apply both inside and outside the city limits, including to subdivisions that may have privately owned roads or non-city maintained roads.
Do you feel like just generally using the term major subdivision could cause issues when that's not fully defined?
But that's the other thing Todd brought up, was the difference in mind.
what is a major subdivision?
It's defined in the ordinance. Do you have that, Emerson?
I do not have it in front of me.
That, because if that's 10 homes or more,
Nova's Place is a great example. Nova's Place is outside the city limits. They were not required to have any sidewalks in that subdivision. They are tied to city water.
But
They're
not
not.
sewer,
They don't have any sewer.
no.
It's just city water, and they were not required to have any sidewalks in that little subdivision. But they're outside the city limits, but inside the ETJ.
So if they wanted to hook on to our sewer, then they would have to be annexed.
Minor is anything 10 lots or less. Was it 10 lots is a major subdivision.
10 lots are
Or less is a minor.
not, more than 10.
I'm sorry, I guess it'd be 9 or less.
What is a minor subdivision?
That is minor,
It's
minor
minor.
less, major is
So,
over.
so more than 2? Like,
No,
more than 2, less than 9?
Minor
no, a
is
minor.
9 and down,
Down.
major is over 9, 10 and up is a major.
But would,
10 lots becomes a major subdivision.
I'm saying, would 2 homes count as a minor subdivision?
Yeah.
Okay.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, I'm thinking too, if, you know, if they already got the development and no sidewalks, and they've got water, and then they wanna hook on to sewer, and they volunteer annex, then are we gonna require them to put sidewalks up?
That's why I think it might be better to do it on a case-by-case basis. Because I
Also-
think, I can see in the future that we're gonna have different issues come up about this.
Also, HOAs come and go. You might start a development, because we're a perfect example where we live, we had a HOA, and really there's no HOA there now that you can go back to force them to keep up the sidewalk. So, that's a little touchy there too.
Yeah, it is. And I realize we wanna make it, I realize what our point was, but I also think that there are gonna be different situations that's gonna come up, and it would probably be very helpful for us to do it on a case-by-case basis.
You know, part of my concern with this as well is that when I drove through a neighborhood recently, I try to drive through all the new ones fairly regularly. Homes are still going up right now, and it doesn't have sidewalk on either sides. And I don't know if that was just a failure on staff to not maintain our ordinance. Knowing the staff member at Make, that's probably the case exactly what it was, but,
Was that a development?
yes. So it just, you know, that's what I'm not wanting to see happen again is someone just not doing their job and then something like this falls through the
For a
cracks.
period of it not being very solid.
I think we're pretty
Let me
solid
restate
now.
what Todd said, too. Todd said it's not 9 or less, it's actually 10 or less. 10 or less.
Is a minor. So 11 and up is major.
How many
Stated
minors?
that incorrectly.
We don't have that many minors over
No, I wouldn't think so.
So-
Yeah, see, this
Very
26-87 is 10 or fewer lots.
Which one does not have sidewalks?
It is off of Spainhour at the end on the left. There's 2 neighborhoods kind of in one area.
That's this one.
Okay.
there. Off of Spain
Yeah, the last road on the left on Spainhour. I can't think of the name because there's townhomes and
Mountain Maple.
Mountain Maple, yep, that one. You get towards the back and there's no sidewalks. And that can only be a lapse of the staff members on the way that could have happened. So I'm just trying to use your word, make this more
Where the
robust,
homes
so
are.
we don't run into that again.
Now, the first part has sidewalk,
Yes, it's the back part.
and that development was sold to a different builder. Now, whether they adhere to the plans that were
Todd said
there.
they're coming.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's what I was gonna
good.
say, 'cause
They're
a lot of those
coming.
houses aren't done in there.
That's what I thought, but
And so
they're still
they're not
building.
required to put sidewalks up until the actual houses. We will not issue a CO until the sidewalk is up.
Okay, good.
Okay.
And if the sidewalk extends from property line to property line.
Fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
That's great discussion. So just how do we want to handle this? I'll entertain a motion at this point, and we also need to, if it's voting in favor of the amendment, council needs to make a statement in their motion that the proposed amendment would be in keeping with the city's common plan.
I think I'd like to make a motion, to table this to next meeting.
Yeah. Okay, so,
I'm taking that.
okay, so we've got a motion to table it by Mr. Bowles and a second by Mr. Lane. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries unanimous. We will table this until the next meeting. maybe we can get some clarification of, maybe we can think on that between now and then see which way we would like to see it.
Yeah,
handled.
Because there's some
Maybe-
definite nuance here that I'd like to work through.
That's what
Maybe
I think.
Todd can give us a little bit more explanation on it, okay?
Yeah.
I know going into this meeting, we were expecting to see one thing, and it was
Yeah,
not
when
quite
I read
so.
it, I started going, uh-oh, there's a problem here.
All right, great discussion, council. Next, we've got number C, amendment of Chapter 32, Zone Article 1, enforcement of the chapter. I'll open this for public comment at 6:39, and no one signed up. We'll close the public comment at 6:39, and then I'll open it up for discussion from council. Mr. Emerson Wright can just explain this to us.
Thank you, Mayor Council. Recently, we issued a warning citation to an electronic gaming business that had located at the Mountain View Shopping Center. We had received a complaint that they felt it was too close to the daycare in front of the shopping center, which it was. Their attorney called our attorney, and we ended up dropping the citation due to the fact that our ordinance was unenforceable the way it was worded. Council decided to ask our attorney to review the ordinance and see what changes could be made to make it more sound. So now we have a new format to, where people can actually report this and we can enforce it as a staff. Staff recommends that the council adopt the attorney drafted proposed amendments to these sections of the ordinance. Planning board voted unanimously to approve the proposed amendments. If voting in favor of ordinance 2025-12, council will need to make its statement in their motion that the proposed amendment would be in keeping with the city's comprehensive plan.
I'll open it for discussion.
I just have a question of the attorney. Will this amendment become effective once we have approved it or adopted it?
Yes.
Okay. There's no time lapse.
No time lapse. There will probably be some pre-existing non-conforming uses.
Right. Okay.
And just to walk, if you're mayor and council, just to walk you through very briefly what's in there, the first thing is in section 3247, it has an enforcement procedure that is in line with the statutory enforcement procedure. So now someone in violation of a zoning ordinance, not just with respect to the definition we're updating tonight, gets a notice with specific contents of that notice, and then they have a certain time to appeal to the Board of Adjustment. That's how it's laid out in the statute. The prior version of an ordinance did not have that. So we're bringing that into line. 32-8, which is, if you look at page 5 of 14, we've added a definition in our definition section for electronic gaming that also includes the other ways that that's referred to in the ordinance, like internet cafe, internet sweepstakes, NFT video sweepstakes. There was no prior definition of that in the ordinance. So now this will add that. In 32-198, the use table now refers to a new development standard section to incorporate those standards into the use table specifically. And then we've added in 32, a new section 261, a set of development standards. Some uses had specific development standards set out in the ordinance. There were no development standards for an e-gaming use, but that now has been provided. And it includes the reference that you had in the use table before to the 1,000-foot limit, but also adds hours of operation, number of machines, and prohibition on alcohol in the premises.
I appreciate you bringing this up and us tightening it up.
Yes.
I want to tighten that up as tight as we can get it.
This was one of the first things that we were able to see passed once we were elected, and was a big deal for both of us. So to see this tightened up, clarified, well-defined is something out there that's appreciated. And enforceable, most importantly.
it has been, the history of e-games in North Carolina and the cat and mouse game and trying to craft the right wording. It's been going on for decades.
It's all in the wording, isn't it? Any other questions? Okay. I'll entertain a motion from council.
I move for approval of amendment to Chapter 32 zoning, Article 1, General Section 32-8, definitions, Article 2, Administration and Enforcement, Division 1, General Section 32-47, Enforcement of Chapter, Article 5, Article 4, uses by zoning district, Section 32-198, commercial, in keeping with the city comp plan.
Okay.
Second.
Okay. I think Tyler beat you to the draw on this one. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries unanimous. Thank you, council. All right, we're on to action item, number 5A, appointment to the Community Appearance Commission. You'll see that as 5A. And I think Ms. O'Brien has this.
Mayor, council, there are 4 seats up on the Community Appearance Commission, the terms expiring in December, and all 4 of these members would like to be reappointed, and their reappointment will be effective in December.
Okay. Council have any questions?
I have none.
I have a statement.
Okay.
I'm thankful for these ladies, what each of them do, and hope to keep y'all real busy in the coming term. Like to see some downtown growth and a lot of those grants given out.
Mr. Bowles, you have anything? Does this give us a full seat, or do we have any openings on the Community Appearance Commission?
Still 1 vacancy.
1 vacancy.
Can we put that on our website, advertise it?
Yes, ma'am. Nicole said it's still out there.
I do have a statement, I'm not gonna make it. Sometimes better not to keep your mouth shut. Okay, so I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the appointments as stated to the Community Appearance Commission, and let it be known to those that are being reappointed that we appreciate their service to the city of King.
Is there a
Second.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved unanimously. Thank you, council. All right, we're on to number 5B, appointment to the Economic Development Committee. I think Nicole maybe has this. Clerk? Okay.
So we had an opening on our Economic Development Committee, and the opportunity to have Mr. Jeff Fansler added to the committee was made available. He is the Transportation Director for the City of Winston-Salem and this area. He is moving to this area. He's grown up here. I think he lives in Poptown now. He's moving to this area, building a house here, is in the process of opening a business here in the city, and wants to see our city succeed and grow, and I think he'll be a huge addition to the board. Our board was very much in favor of adding him.
Does that fill your board? Having him on?
Does.
Yes, it does fill it. Yeah, I was wondering, because I saw his address and everything, I wondered if he lived in the city, but you answered that, he's building a house and moving here. So,
And opening a business within our city limits.
open to do that. Fantastic. Okay.
Don't read his references, so whatever read.
I noticed that. Yeah, I noticed that he had Reed on there as a reference, Reed Hutchins. So, council have any other questions? Nope. All right, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to appoint Jeff Fansler to the Economic Development Committee.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries unanimous. Thank you, council. 5C is consideration of budget amendment 2025-06-02. And Ms. O'Brien has this one.
Yes, sir. Mayor, council, the budget amendment adds $110,130 to the police department for vehicle replacements. This is offset by $90,913 of insurance proceeds, $15,640 of contingency, and $3,577 of the stormwater funding. The amendment also adds $2,366 to the fire department for repairs, which are offset by insurance proceeds. It also adds $23,179 to public buildings, offset by fund balance for the remainder of city hall renovations that weren't completed and billed prior to June 3rd. So that one's a rollover from last year. And the amendment also adds $12,100 to Rec Acres for the lighting, wiring repairs, offset by $7,100 of contingency and $5,000 of reimbursement from Kingle.
Okay. Council have any questions for Ms. O'Brien?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if you can give us this number right now, but as I understand it, contingency is what's left over from last budget and brought forward to this budget. What's left in the department? Okay, tell me how you look at it.
Contingency is the excess of revenues in the current budget versus expenditures.
Okay,
They have
That's
more
what we
revenues
budgeted for this
budgeted.
fiscal year.
okay.
We budgeted contingency.
Right.
and stormwater.
Right. Can I, after this, would you let us know how much we have we have zero.
This
So,
wipes out contingency.
This wipes it out.
Which is why we had to dip into the stormwater funding for a little bit to finish the PD vehicles.
Okay, and stormwater, how much do we have left? And,
And I'll say it's in
I
there.
can tell you that right now too, because I just figured it.
so no,
$19,168 left in stormwater.
I'd like to keep that if possible, because we need that. We need a start on that.
Yes, ma'am.
The Rec Acres lighting wiring repairs, is that the one that they came and talked about at the last meeting?
Yes, ma'am.
That's all.
Okay, Mr. Bowe, you have any questions?
I don't think so.
Mr. Lane?
I'd just like to thank Scott and Susan for their hard work in these happening so infrequently. I know in my early days on the council, we had a lot of these, and they don't happen nearly as often. And in this situation, I believe the old term we use is our oxels in a ditch. You know, sometimes vehicles get totaled, and you have to do what you have to do. So I'm thankful for y'all's diligence in these not happening any more than they do.
I like the way Scott phrased it. He said, doing this, we don't have to go into the piggy bank. And I like that. I just hope that we don't have to dip into any further. I do like what council passed to start adding money into stormwater funding, because when we get to a city of 10,000, we're gonna have to have that. And it's best to have some of that money set aside when we get to that point, because we're pushing that real close now. So, thank you for the great job y'all have done. So at this point, I'll entertain a motion for consideration of budget amendment 2025-06-02.
Make a motion to approve budget amendment 2025-06.02.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries unanimous. Thank you, council. Okay, we're up to departmental reports. Does council have any questions or concerns about departmental reports that they would like to address?
I have one.
Yes, ma'am.
On the zoning, building permits and inspections, down where the violations, were issued and then they're pending. How
Okay.
long do we
Excuse me,
have,
what
it's
page?
page 77.
Okay.
How long do we give citizens to, how long is the pending period?
It's typically case by case, as deemed fit by what Todd tells me to put on there. There's not a set date that we use, but if it's grass compared to getting a car registered, those dates are gonna be different.
But we don't carry them for like 6 months or anything, do we?
No.
I mean, they pay up. Do you have to send people a second letter?
So we send out a warning citation first, and that's where that period where we give them time to correct it.
That's the
comes in.
violation period?
Yes,
Okay.
And then we will issue them a civil citation, which comes with a fee, plus a fee every day that it's not correct.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. So once they get that, they pretty much take care of it.
Yes, ma'am. And if it's not paid, then it'll become a lien on their home.
Gotcha. That's what I was going to ask next.
Any other questions? I know in the past, we've actually had to condemn some houses and take them down and ended up losing money on that. And I think our attorney now is on top of that so that if we have to condemn one and put a lien on it, the city can get their money back from having to do that. And I do have a question, since Mayor Pro Tem brought this up. A lot of times these people will be in violation and then they'll correct it, but then they'll be in violation again, because I've seen that happen several times. Do we have a set number when they get violations, a certain number that we can do anything more stringent about?
There is a repeat offender clause in our ordinance. I don't exactly know to a T what it says, but it is a certain number of violations in a year. I believe it's 3, but I might be incorrect,
Okay. Good.
where that becomes more stringent afterwards.
I have one more question.
Yes, ma'am.
On collections. Yeah. So, I know that do we have our largest amount of collections during August since there's a discount? Is that larger than the collections that we get at the end of the year? So this is the, okay.
It's definitely,
So compared to last year, is this more at this point?
it's less.
Pardon?
It's less than we collected at this point last year.
So some people are waiting maybe until the end of the year. I got you. Thank you.
Councilman Wayne, any questions?
You know, I'm just constantly amazed to see how busy everybody is. I mean, to see how many permits we're issuing and how many calls are being responded to and how many citations are being written on the traffic side of things. It just blows my mind to see how busy our staff is, and I appreciate that.
I feel sorry for the gentleman that was here earlier talking about speeders on his road, but they need to realize we've got over 40 miles of city highways here. Ricky can contest to that when they have to go around and pick up brush. And, I mean, it's constantly and growing, so, yeah.
I mean, and you see here, I mean, there were 198 stops last month. It's not like they're just sitting around, you know, at Taco Bell. They're working, you know?
Just so happens they're not at the place where you want them
Yeah.
to be, so.
That's exactly right.
But they do a great job. I'm not knocking them one bit. Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to acknowledge receipt of the departmental reports.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Uh-huh.
Opposed? Carries unanimous. Thank you, council. Now we're up to items of general concern, and going, that's different from my sheet, but we'll go with Councilman Lane first.
I guess I just got into it a little bit. I appreciate what everyone does.
Yes, sir.
Constantly amazed by how many people Paula has. Are you involved in all 38 exercise classes?
a program. Paula's not leading them.
That's why she looks like she does. She works out on it.
I'm just so thankful for y'all and appreciate the opportunity to sit up here. It's not something I take lightly. I sure do appreciate all of you and what you do.
Amen. Mr. Bowles.
I don't have much, just thank you to all our city employees for just what a wonderful job y'all do. It is, I am very thankful for each and every one of you. So.
I left something off. Can I revisit my time?
No. Yes, sir.
I also want to thank Kathy. I don't know what attendance numbers were like, but it felt to me like the biggest King Fest yet. So the vendors were incredible. The train guy was the train guy again. It's just, it was an amazing event, and I'm always thankful for the effort you put into it to make it happen, and that our staff puts into it to make it happen.
Mayor Pro Tem.
The event Saturday, King Fest, was a huge success. I want to thank Kathy and Ben and all the other people that worked there to make everything look really, really good. Thank you. And there's another group of people I would like to thank, and that's the citizens of King for paying these bills. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, and I want everybody to know that. I know we complain about our taxes sometimes, but it is what it is, and we all have to pay them. But for me, I'm going to try to keep them as low as possible.
So it comes up to me. First off, Stokes County Fair. That place was packed this year. Stokes County Fair did a great job. Also, I had thanks to Kathy Loveday and her crew for King Fest, and also for the Parks and Rec crew for having the park looking so great. It was really nice. So I'm going around picking up the trash cans and getting them emptied before anything ever ended up. Also, I wanted to mention our new leaf blower. I was over at the park and Ben showed me the new leaf blower, and it's got, you can blow the air frontwards or sideways, and it'll keep our parks better maintained. It's a machine. You really need to see that machine. Also, I got to see Ricky and his crew the other day. The new leaf truck is here, and got his picture in there, and it's good. Got a steering wheel on both sides, so they can really make it work. Also, at King Fest, I got to see the new police bat vehicle, and children going in and out of it. They just loved it, and had people stop me and say, well, why do you need something like that for? And I pointed out, if you had a hostage situation, we can help take care of it. And I think it'll help not only us, but surrounding areas, that we have a piece of equipment that, if need be, we can handle the situation. Also, the fire department had the firehouse and children going through there and teaching them how to be fire safety. All of our departments just do a great job. Also, thanks to Ms. Hall for doing such a great job addressing the county commissioners on September 22nd. I was over there and she addressed the county commissioners, and I'm just so proud of her representing our senior center, and also the 18th birthday of our senior center on September 23rd. It was a fun event, cake and ice cream. Also, I wanted to thank Gretchen for doing such a great job at the library. And then, last but not least, I just want to thank all of the departments. So, y'all do a bang-up job, and I'm so proud to serve our city as mayor. And we went to Iceland this last week and talking to people there, and they said, Mayor King, y'all really got it going on. I said, yeah, but it doesn't happen. Just happen. You got to have everybody working together, and everybody does such a great job. And you can't just say everybody, but I thank you for everybody. I'm just so proud to represent the city out and about in the county and city. And so, and then last but not least, City Manager Barry, you have anything you'd like to say? Man, a few words. All right, at this point, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
He was gonna let us go.
Thank you, council. Great meeting.